Manchester United are back in action, and what a game to return to. City away, Amorim against Guardiola again. Last season, Ahmad delivered one of the best moments of the season with that late winner, but what about this time around? Will Sheshko make his full Premier League debut? Will Lammens start? Well, spoiler, no, Amorim's already confirmed that. But let's run through all the team news and Amorim's comments ahead of kick-off for the Manchester derby. Right then, United are back in action after the international break and ahead of a game to come back into. City away. I enjoyed that last season so damn much. 1-0 down in the 87th minute, win it 2-1. Ahmad, I would very much take the same again. Now I'm going to run through all the team news, the press conference. Amorim speaking about Lammens, about Bayindr, about injuries, Cunha. So much from City as well. What's your prediction? Let me know in the comments. As always, make sure you subscribe if you are new. And I want to say a big shout out to our partners, Botano, for supporting United People's TV this season. Make sure you go on our social accounts on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. There's a fantastic offer. The link is over on there. Get involved. It's exclusive to United People's TV. Now, let me roll my sleeves up for this one because the team news. Unfortunately, Cunha and Mount are both out of this game. I expected it. I really did. And I think United have actually got some strength and depth in those positions. Dalot is also out, but he wouldn't have been in my starting 11. Now, this is an interesting one. And again, I'm not surprised. I predicted it in the live show on Friday. Bayindr is starting this game. Lammens is going to be eased in. It's the way that Amorim works with new signings that are younger. Not so much with Cunha and Mbuma, who came straight in with Premier League experience, but with Sheshko, with Lammens. He's introducing him slowly. I think we'll see him against Chelsea. Bayindr, just don't do anything crazy, man. Seriously, have a good game. Please. Also, from a City perspective, plenty of injuries. Marmoush is out. Nuri's out. Cherki's out. Savinho's out. Kuzanov is out. Probably some others too I'm forgetting about. But I think this is the most important thing to watch before the game. This is Ruben Amorim speaking in his press conference. But just listen to this, right? And I'll run through exactly why I think is important.
The table in the moment, it doesn't matter. Well, I'm just worried about maintaining the same principles, the way we fight for every ball, these small details that sometimes we drop a little bit, not in these games. So I'm more comfortable in this kind of games. But
that bit there. I'm not worried about this game. I'm going into this game against City with confidence that United will be first to those second balls, will have the right energy and intensity because it's in those other games that we dropped them off. And that's what Amorim's saying there. Now, let's run through the team news. I'm going to show you here. This is my predicted starting 11 for City and United starting 11 that played against Burnley. Now, we know that there's going to be some changes. We've already heard Dalot is injured, Cunha is injured, and who was the other one? Mount. Right. Mount is injured as well. So no, they're not going to be playing. So there's definitely going to be 3 changes to this team. We already know that Bayindr is going to be starting a goal. And as I said, like, lad, can you please just not give me a heart attack? That's all I'm asking for. I don't need incredible distribution. I want the utter basics here from Bayindr. That's all I'm asking for in this game. I don't know whether that's too much to ask, but we'll find out on Sunday. Right, he starts, and I'll be totally honest, I do not think that Ruben Amorim changes that back 3. I don't really know why he needs to. Ruben Amorim, I would say, is a manager that doesn't make changes unless he has to. Like, we won against Burnley, and it should have been a lot more comfortable than it was. I actually think that back 3 has been playing okay this season. I think De Ligt, Yoro's also been playing incredibly well, but De Ligt in particular, and I'm interested to see what happens here, right? De Ligt against Gyökeres in the first game of the season, he went tight, he went aggressive. I imagine he's going to try the same thing against Haaland. It's just going to be slightly more difficult. That's going to be an interesting sort of battle on the pitch. In midfield, now there's a question here, right? Because Cunha's out, do you move Fernandes further forward and do you bring Kobe here? Because this is one way that you could go about it. I actually don't think that's going to happen, and I'll explain why. I think you're going to be seeing Bruno staying in this position. Well, I may as well explain it right now, actually. Because the conversation is around this lad, right? Ahmad. Because I think we'll see this I think you'll see Ahmad move further up. And then I think you'll see Mazraoui come in at right wing back. That's what I expect to happen. I think Ahmad and Mbeumo will be the front two behind a certain Sheshko, which I'll speak about soon. But I think Mazraoui will come in at right wing back. And I think, this one actually sort of makes itself, but Dorgu will come in at left wing back. Right? Don't need to highlight all of those. It just strikes me as it's going to happen. You could play Ahmad there. I think if Delo was fit, I think Delo would be part of that conversation, but he's not. So I would bring him in there, and I'll tell you what, that's going to be an interesting, and that's probably why I'm going to be playing Mazraoui there instead of Ahmad. Doku is just, he's like a coiled spring, isn't he? Like his acceleration over the first few yards, I know exactly how good he is. And I think Yoro's going to have an interesting battle down there as well. But I would play Mazraoui down that right side, and I'll play Dorgu on the left, because I think that's an absolute given. But in midfield, I think it's going to be Casemiro and Fernandes. I think they're going to keep their spots. All right? That's exactly what I think is going to happen. And Mbeumo and Ahmad as our front two behind the man who's going to make his debut. Full debut for Manchester United up front is Sheshko. There's no way that Sheshko doesn't start this game. Surely. Well, I don't think so anyway. Am I happy enough with that team? I am. When it comes to Sheshko, what I would love to see in this game, I'm really looking forward to it, is Sheshko getting into these sorts of positions here. Donnarumma is obviously going to make his debut as well, but Mbeumo, let me move my camera over there. Mbeumo getting down to these positions and just firing in those crosses, man. Fire it into that over there. A nice little cross. Sheshko, bang on the end of that. That's what I want to see in these games, because we've seen it kind of in the... Who did we see it against? Was it Burnley? I think it was Burnley. Was it Fulham? I can't remember. Where Mbeumo floated a couple of crosses in, and Sheshko got on the end of both of them but didn't score. Look, this is his game. This is his moment. And that's my team. There's 3 changes because they're enforced. I'm bringing in Mazraoui at right wing back. Let me take Doku off there. I'm bringing in Sheshko up front. Where was the other one? I'm putting, I don't know, there's only 2 changes. 2 changes? At least I know what my team is. Right, anyway, sod that. That's my team. Let me speak about my prediction. And honestly, I'm predicting the same result as last time. I'm going for a 2-1 United win. We play better in these games. We turn up in these games. I'm not worried about the intensity. I'm not worried about the shape of the team. I'm interested to see the shape of the team, because I still think that United in this game will sit kind of deeper and will hit on the transition like we have done in these bigger games away. We got a good result away at Liverpool last season. At Arsenal, we played, especially in the FA Cup, we're down to 10 men. Away at City last season, we won. We have a certain way of playing in these games, and it is to concede a bit more possession. Right now, that is the level that we're at. But right now, the way the City are playing, it's an opportunity. I'm going for a 2-1 win. I can see why Amorim feels like he's more confident going into this game. I wouldn't say I was more nervous going into the Burnley game. I think United are going to compete. Whether we've got enough midfield, I'm scared. I'm terrified about. You know I'm terrified about it. Reinders are going to be their big danger man. You know that. Haaland's going to have his threat. But United, turn up, do the job, please. That's my team. That's my prediction. Let me know yours in the comments.